Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. We will be practicing the analytics of the Warrior 3 pose, Varabhadrasan III. Benefits of this pose is balance. It increases our balance. It also offers full body coordination, the entire body. And it offers strength and integrity of the legs, the back, the core, and the arms. Contraindications of this pose is late pregnancy. In late pregnancies, balancing poses aren't recommended. And then back injury or recent back surgery. And any type of injury to the legs, the hips, the back, or the shoulder. Some modifications for this pose. First thing is you can always use a wall or a chair or a table. Let me show you that. So if we're moving into the pose, kind of hard to show you here, but if I'm moving into a balancing pose, I can hold on to a wall like that. Or a table or a chair. You can use blocks to help you get into the pose, to start you in the pose, but then you'll have to balance on your own or use a table or a wall. Some variations to this pose is you can push back through your heel of your foot and have the foot pointing down towards the earth, or a variation is to point the toes out. That's a variation with the feet. Another variation is your arms. So you can have your arms, the traditional way is to have them straight out, but you can have the arms in Anjali Mudra if you want while you're in the pose. You can have them out wide, or you can have them out and back like a bird. Those are some variations for your arms. I think that's good with variations. We'll go into our foundations. So the part of our body that's connected to the earth is one leg and that one foot. So we want the weight balanced equally on the front, the back, the inside, and the outside of that standing foot. Alignment. There's a few alignment principles with the Varabhadrasana III balancing pose. Of course, you want to have a little micro bend in the knee when you're standing. You don't want to have that standing leg locked. And then again, you can have that heel pushing back with the foot pushing down. That's more traditional, or you can point the toe. The back toes can point down towards the earth. We want to have the navel tucked in and up. That Uddiyana Bandha is going to be engaged in this pose. And then we want to have the one line from back to the ankle, to the knee, to the hip, and to the shoulder. We'll do our very best, but that is the intention, to try to get those all in line. We're human beings, and so we're not perfect, but that's the intention of it. And as you lift that back leg up, you're going to want to rotate that thigh inward just slightly to keep those hips in alignment. And arms and hands and the back leg, we want to have parallel to the floor. That's our alignment principles. Intention is balance. And we want to gaze at a dristi, a point in front of us that is not moving, that we can direct our concentration of our gaze. And so let's begin the pose through the steps. There's a few steps, and then we'll come out. We're going to do both sides. So let's do that together. We want to begin standing in a mountain pose. So the feet are hip width apart, or in a mountain pose. There's two ways to get into this pose. We're going to start standing on, balancing on our right leg. So we can either take the right leg forward, or you can take the left leg back. We're going to do both sides. So let's bring the balancing, the leg that's going to be lifted up, back, and then we do the other side. We'll take the, we'll move forward. So we're going to bring this left leg back, but I'm going to bring my weight onto the right leg. And when we're balancing, we always want to put some concentration, remembering to balance the weight front, back, both sides, little tiny micro bend in the knee, like that. Very little weight on this back leg. We're going to bring the arms up overhead to begin with, and then we're going to hinge at the hips. And we're going to be bringing the arms down while we lift that back, that left leg up, remembering we're going to take that hip and rotate it inward just slightly, and then find your dristi, your gaze, and engage the bandhas and breathe. That heel can be flexed back, or that toe can be pointed. One more breath. And as we come out, begin to bring the arms up, the legs back into your standing position. So let's go to the other side. So I'm going to be balancing this left. I'm going to be balancing on the right leg now. So I'm going to take the left leg forward. This is going to be my standing leg. And then I'm going to bring the weight into this left leg. Again, feeling this left leg, the foot evenly on the earth, firm, rooted down, even deeper than the earth. Find that concentration that helps the balance. And then we're going to bring the arms up overhead again. Begin to hinge at the hip, bringing the arms down while you lift that back leg up. That hip rotated inward slightly. Find whether you want to push the heel back or point. Remember, there's some variation you can do. Engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And coming up. Coming up. And back into standing position. Thank you so much for joining me for Varabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3 Analytics Pose. I am Grace, wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day. Namaste.